before Thanksgiving.
Is it soon enough?
Oh my God! Oh God!
Here.
Daddy! Oh God!
Wait. Why don't you turn around and tell me?
Mom! Hi, baby.
Paris is a chief petty.
Being a soldier requires not just physical strength and mental acumen, but also an immense reservoir of patience, as soldiers often find themselves stationed far from home for extended periods. The moments when they finally return are deeply awaited by their loved ones, transforming these reunions into profoundly moving experiences.
Yeah, cuz.
Children's hearts are known for their purity and emotional sensitivity. This was evident in the experience of a young girl who had just returned from school and was casually speaking in front of a camera held by her mother. Unexpectedly, from behind a door, a figure she deeply missed made a sudden appearance. Her father, who had been away from home for a long time, now stood right before her. Initially, she was so startled that she hesitated to approach him. However, it wasn't long before she ran and embraced her father tightly. The father, unable to stop smiling, began to tear up as he watched his little daughter continue to cry out of happiness and relief in his arms.
Daddy! Oh God! Oh my God!
At a family gathering that appeared ordinary at first, with relatives taking photos together, an unexpected participant joined in. A woman in a military uniform. Her sudden appearance surprised the person next to her, who turned out to be her own mother.
2, 3.
Her brother, dressed smartly in a suit, was equally astounded and quickly joined in the emotional reunion. The atmosphere became even more poignant and joyous as the unexpected presence of this long-absent loved one suddenly made the celebration complete.
It was me the whole time! I was in on it the whole time!
A young girl was attentively participating in a classroom lesson when suddenly, someone touched her back from behind. Initially puzzled when she turned and saw no one, she looked around and was shocked to see a familiar face she hadn't expected. The surprise visit in such an ordinary setting as her classroom brought a significant emotional impact, highlighting the deep bonds and longing felt during prolonged absences. Indeed, the figure was her older brother, who had just returned home after a long period of service. The young girl immediately leapt into her brother's arms and burst into tears. Her brother tried to soothe her, and soon, all the students in the class began to applaud, moved by the heartfelt reunion of the siblings. For a father, a daughter is one of the most precious treasures in the world. He would not hesitate to sacrifice himself for the happiness of the daughter he loves. This was evident when a little girl, studying with her friends, was suddenly surprised by her father, who arrived bearing flowers for his beloved daughter. The little girl was overjoyed and hugged her father tightly, releasing all the longing she had felt. This time, a young boy was stunned by the arrival of his older sister, who had been away on duty for a long time and had just returned home. Initially, the sister playfully hid behind a car, then revealed herself as her brother approached. The boy was visibly shocked and immediately hugged his sister tightly. Both siblings clearly missed each other deeply and couldn't stop smiling, delighted by their long-awaited reunion. The atmosphere during a basketball practice at a school field turned suddenly poignant and surprising when one of the players, a teenage girl, ran to the edge of the court, calling out for her father.
It's been over 7 months, so
It turned out her father had deliberately stood quietly at the edge of the field, waiting for his daughter to notice him upon his return from duty. Overwhelmed with happiness, she continuously hugged her father, smiling, with tears glistening in her eyes.
It's been over 7 months, so it's been a long time.
After a long separation, the sudden appearance of a loved one can feel almost unbelievable, like something out of a dream. This might explain the reaction of a little girl in this video. When her mother, who had just returned from duty, quietly entered her classroom, the girl initially just smiled casually, as if doubting the reality of what she was seeing.
Who is that?
However, it didn't take long for her to realize that her deeply missed mother was indeed standing before her. Overwhelmed by emotion, she began to cry and hugged her mother tightly, clinging to her as if to make sure she was real. At a school event, a female student was called to the center of the field by the host. At first, she reacted nonchalantly until the host instructed her to turn around and look in another direction. Upon seeing her father, the girl immediately ran to him and embraced him while crying, moved by the unexpected reunion. The people around them seemed to share in the joy emanating from this father and daughter, feeling the emotional impact of their heartfelt embrace. The presence of a mother is incredibly significant to a child, so it's no surprise that being apart can make a child's life feel incomplete. This is vividly portrayed in the video clip where a child bursts into tears as his mother unexpectedly arrives in his classroom. Understanding her child's emotions, the mother quickly wrapped her arms around her beloved son, holding him tightly. Witnessed by his classmates, this moment was profoundly touching, illustrating the deep bond and relief shared between mother and child.
Mom! Hi, baby.
Paris is a cheat.
It's hard to imagine the pain of being away from beloved children, but as a servant of the nation, this man had to endure separation from his family for a while. When he finally had a chance to return home, here's what happened. His 4 children were visibly overjoyed by the sudden appearance of their father. They took turns embracing him, and as each child hugged him, the father slowly began to cry. It was clear that he had harbored a profound longing for his children, and the reunion allowed him to release the emotions he'd been holding back. Apart from family, one of the most valuable people in someone's life is their partner, as a good partner provides broader perspectives and mutual support. This was exemplified during a graduation celebration for his fiancée, where a man, who usually serves far from home, managed to surprise the woman he loves. The woman could not hold back her tears and immediately embraced her partner. surrounded by the cheerful applause of her friends who shared in the joy of their reunion. Typically, a husband is present during childbirth, supporting his wife. However, for this man, whose duties kept him away, being present during the birth was not possible. Eventually, he got a chance to come home after his child was born. Carefully, he took his newborn from his wife and cradled the baby with love and tenderness, cherishing the first moments with his child. Another unique and poignant moment unfolded in this video. A father, who had just returned from duty, visited the boxing gym attended by his beloved son. With his eyes still covered, the son was unaware of his father's presence, assuming that the figure in front of him receiving his punches was his coach. However, as time passed, the son sensed something unusual. He quickly removed his blindfold and discovered that the figure who had been acting as his coach was actually his father. Overcome with emotion and unable to contain his longing any longer, he immediately embraced his father, tears of happiness streaming down his face as he celebrated the return of his dad. This touching reunion marked a profound moment of realization and joy for both, filling the gym with an atmosphere of heartfelt reunion.
Shit! Oh my god!
This is the best surprise ever. You doing okay, Mom? Here's your flowers. They got you a drink.
Reunions are undoubtedly the most effective remedy for longing, and surprises often form a crucial part of these heartwarming meetings, especially when they involve returning soldiers surprising their loved ones.
Spontaneous herd.
The first video features a young man attending his graduation ceremony. Unfortunately, his special day is initially overshadowed by the absence of his mother, who is serving as a soldier. His expressions and the look in his eyes reflect the deep void felt due to her absence, emphasizing how crucial her presence is to the significance of his milestone.
Malik, there's a lot of people here this arena, but one special guest has shown up all the way from Kosovo, where Malik's mom has been deployed as an...
However, after greeting several people, he suddenly realizes that his mother, in her military uniform, has managed to attend. His initial somber expression transforms into one of overwhelming joy. He quickly runs to her and embraces her tightly, a moment that beautifully captures the profound emotional relief and happiness of their reunion.
Special guest has shown up all the way from Kosovo, where Malik's mom has been deployed as a member of the Georgia National Guard.
Special occasions undoubtedly call for the presence of our closest loved ones. This video captures a soldier making a heartfelt effort to attend his sister's wedding. When the bride, dressed in her wedding gown, sees her brother, she is shocked to the point of tears. Tears of happiness, of course. Realizing that her brother, freshly returned from duty, is actually there, she rushes to embrace him, releasing all the longing accumulated during his absence. It's a touching scene that anyone would find joyous, as she experiences a surprise that makes her special day even more memorable.
What happened?
Just last minute it worked out.
Oh my gosh.
I made it.
Thank you.
Gonna need a little touching up.
But surprises like these aren't only for special days. The joy of a soldier's return can brighten any ordinary day, as shown in the third video. It features a young boy practicing boxing, unaware of any planned surprises. Suddenly, he spots his returning soldier father. The immediate joy and disbelief lead to a heartfelt embrace, turning a routine boxing practice into an unforgettable moment of reunion. However, because his eyes were covered, he didn't realize that the person he was fighting against was his own father. Not knowing this, the boy continued to resist with determination and without any fear. But after his father said something, the boy found the voice to be familiar. When he finally opened his eyes, to his great surprise, it was indeed his father standing right in front of him. This moment is different, as it shows a soldier surprising his beloved grandmother. The video captures the heartfelt moment when the grandmother hugs her grandson, showcasing her deep affection for him and how much she missed him during his time away. Who would have thought that beside the car, her grandson, who serves as a soldier and had been away on duty, was there to surprise her? When the soldier approached her, she was so shocked and overwhelmed that she screamed in surprise. However, her screams quickly turned into hugs and tears of joy as she realized it was her grandson.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
However, the most common surprise is from fathers to their children. Children need their fathers during their growth and development stages, but due to their duty to the country, soldiers often have to leave their children behind. This situation is depicted in this video, where a soldier surprises his young son. In the video, the soldier goes to his son's school to give him a surprise. And yes, the surprise was successful, making his son cry tears of joy upon seeing his father, who had just returned from duty. The longing and affection he had been holding back were finally released in a heartfelt embrace between the two. Similarly, this moment shows a soldier and father wanting to surprise his daughter. The surprise was planned right in front of their house, where the school bus stops. However, when she got off the bus, the daughter was too busy playing with her phone and listening to music to notice that her father was waiting there to greet her after school. After being called several times, the girl finally turned around and saw her father, still wearing his military uniform. She was so shocked that she immediately dropped her bag and ran to hug her father. From this video, we can see just how much the girl missed her father, and how happy she was to see him again after such a long time apart. Similarly, when the child is a soldier, the parents also miss their presence immensely. This is depicted in this video, where a soldier returns home with flowers for his parents. However, as he tries to enter the house, some people inside are still unaware of his arrival. The anticipation builds as he quietly approaches the door, hoping to surprise them. But it didn't take long for his father's shout to alert everyone in the house to his presence. Suddenly, all eyes were on him. The soldier's father and mother found it hard to believe that their son was finally home. This was evident from the hugs and tears of joy as they embraced him, overwhelmed with emotion at having their child back safe and sound.
¡Ay, Dios mío! Ustedes me van a matar de un susto porque me hacen eso.
The longing for loved ones can be very hard for some people. Therefore, it's no surprise that some soldiers try to come home to relieve their family's longing, as seen in this moment. Imagine how it feels for these young children who were separated from their father for over a year. The anticipation and excitement are palpable as they eagerly await his return.
Josie and Jackson, Fletcher. Mom said you were good. She has a gift for you.
So, when they saw their father's return, the two children ran quickly to hug him. They were undoubtedly very happy and overjoyed to see their father, a hero, return safely from his duty. The reunion was filled with emotions as they clung to him, not wanting to let go. Not only was he safe, but he was also very healthy, which added to their immense joy and relief. Even as children grow older, they miss their fathers when they are away on military duty. On this special day, the expression of this child couldn't hide the desire for his father to see him. Because on this very day, the child successfully completed his education. The sense of accomplishment was bittersweet, knowing his father wasn't there to witness it in person. However, who would have thought that the father had prepared a small surprise for his child on this special day? In the video, the soldier waits for his child to finish his speech before he goes up on stage. After the child finishes his speech, the soldier finally climbs onto the stage to surprise his child. The child couldn't hold back his tears upon seeing his father truly present at his graduation ceremony. Besides graduations, special days like Christmas are also used by soldiers to surprise their loved ones. This is shown in this video where a soldier surprises his mother on Christmas Day. With flowers in hand, the soldier finally meets his mother and immediately hugs her. His mother is quite shocked to see her son in his full uniform, getting permission to come home and celebrate Christmas. Once again, tears fall from the mother's eyes as she sees her son coming home from his duty. She continuously hugs him to release her longing for her son.
Your presents to Dad. And he agreed to let you surprise me? Everyone knows but you.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know. Holly didn't know either.
This video tells a different story, showing a little girl standing near the door. She appears to be waiting for something, though it's unclear what she's waiting for. After some time, a figure in a soldier's uniform arrives, bringing gifts for the little girl. The arrival of the soldier surprises the little girl so much that she screams. Her scream is one of joy, as she finally gets to see her father and hug him. The soldier then picks up his daughter, holding her close and kissing her cheeks. This time, the heartwarming moment of a soldier's return is different from the previous ones. While the previous surprises were for family members, this time the surprise is for a friend. The soldier gives a small surprise to his friend, who is about to compete in an American football event. The soldier, who had been away on duty, arrives just in time to support his friend. The friend is overwhelmed with emotion upon seeing the soldier, showing just how strong their bond is. The soldier's presence gives the friend the encouragement and strength needed for the upcoming competition. The surprise is certainly meaningful enough for the man. It was rumored that the two had not met for 8 months. So after the meeting, the man's team managed to win the match. Wow, is this the miracle of the soldier's surprise? But this time the soldier's return from duty was quite funny, but certainly still touching. Because when a soldier gave a surprise, his girlfriend was quite surprised by his presence. But after that, he immediately hugged the soldier.
Ah! Shit! Oh my god!
This is the best surprise ever.
The hug is certainly proof that her longing is unstoppable. Moreover, the woman said that the soldier managed to give her the best surprise. Moreover, the soldier brought her flowers.
They got you a drink. This is the best surprise ever. You wanna come up?
She does now.
In life, the moments of togetherness with family, friends, or partners are incredibly precious. Not everyone is privileged enough to constantly enjoy such closeness, especially those who serve as soldiers. These individuals often face the necessity of being stationed in distant locations for undetermined periods, and the ever-present risk associated with their duties can be a source of constant worry for their families. That's why the opportunities for these soldiers to return home and reunite with their loved ones are not just special, they're cherished celebrations of joy and togetherness. At an exciting sports event during a brief intermission, a young spectator is unexpectedly invited to the field by the event's host. Initially, the interaction seems to be just lighthearted entertainment, involving a little game and some playful banter in front of the crowd. But then, the atmosphere shifts dramatically as a figure in a military uniform slowly descends the stairs to the field.
who has just returned home from a
This person is the boy's father, returning from a long deployment. He approaches with a jersey in hand, a gift for his son. Overwhelmed by the roar of the cheering crowd, the boy turns around and is overjoyed to find his father, whom he hasn't seen due to his long service away from home. Running with open arms, he leaps into a heartfelt embrace with his father, a reunion that moves everyone watching to applause and cheers.
Rangers fan, Army Staff Sergeant Ian Locke, who has just returned home from a uniform.
At a lively sports arena, a little girl enjoys her moment with a fun mascot, completely unaware of the surprise awaiting her. On the other side of the field, her mother, who has finally gotten a break from her lengthy military duties, is preparing to reveal herself to her daughter.
Bella's mother, Captain Jane Renee Lund, better known as JR, a graduate of the University of Wisconsin School of Veterinary Medicine.
As the crowd's excitement crescendos, the girl becomes puzzled by the increasing noise and starts scanning the surroundings. Her eyes widen with shock and joy as she spots her mother approaching. Without a moment's hesitation, she breaks into a run, her small legs carrying her as fast as they can towards her mother. The two embrace tightly, releasing months, perhaps years, of accumulated longing and sadness in a touching reunion that captivates all who witness it. Everyone adores cute children, and the video under discussion is a perfect example. The man in the video, who has just returned from duty, is visibly moved as he holds his young child. He realizes his baby has grown into a delightful toddler during his absence. The man is repeatedly seen kissing his child, his eyes misty with emotion. He also expresses his deep longing for his wife, and his constant smiles reflect his immense joy at being reunited with his loved ones. This tender scene highlights not just the joy of reunion, but also the poignant realization of the precious moments missed during his time away. It's not only human family members or partners who feel the absence of their loved ones. Pets share this deep sense of longing too. The video captures this beautifully, with two dogs who are visibly ecstatic to see their owner return home. They wag their tails vigorously and vie for hugs the moment they spot their beloved master. The owner is deeply touched by the warm welcome from his pets, grateful that they remember him so fondly despite the long separation. This reunion underscores the unconditional love and loyalty of pets, providing comfort even after prolonged absences. A soldier makes his way through the rain to surprise his wife at her workplace, keeping his return a secret to heighten the impact. When he enters her room, her reaction is one of shock, quickly replaced by overwhelming happiness. The wife's joy at seeing her husband return safely from his national duties is palpable, highlighting the profound emotional bond shared by the couple.
You knew about this?
I did not know.
This surprise not only marks the end of a period of duty, but also reinforces the deep connections that sustain people through times of separation.
Oh my God!
What are you doing now?
Two little children are adorably impatient as they await their father's return from military service. They bounce around in anticipation until the door finally swings open and one of the children shouts with joy and dashes forward. The other child immediately wraps their arms around their father in a tight hug. Soon, all three are embracing warmly, enveloping each other in love and relief. The atmosphere among them turns incredibly cozy, illustrating the comforting warmth of family reunions after long periods of absence. During a graduation celebration, many parents come to support their children. This girl was no exception. Though she might have initially thought her father, who was on duty far away, would not make it, he managed to surprise her by secretly attending this significant event in her life. She smiled calmly when she first saw her father approach, but as the moments passed, she could no longer hold back her tears. It was apparent she had been longing to see her father. Two men and several children were in a car, driving calmly without any particular worries. Suddenly, a police vehicle stopped them in the middle of the road. A traffic officer approached and asked them to step out under the pretext of a routine check. However, shortly after, a woman in a military uniform emerged from another car and surprised everyone. The children ran to hug the woman, who was their mother. Initially shocked, the family quickly shifted to feeling deeply moved by the unexpected return of a beloved family member who they had missed dearly. On Christmas Eve, everyone desires to be with their loved ones, and this Navy serviceman was no exception. He fulfilled his mother's wish to spend Christmas Eve together by surprising her at the restaurant where she worked. Carrying beautiful flowers, he quietly entered the restaurant. His mother was so startled that she burst into tears in front of everyone. However, her reaction was understandable, given how much she had missed her son. This girl could never have guessed that while she was calmly studying at school, her father would suddenly appear to see her. Naturally, the little girl was shocked by his unexpected visit. However, her initial surprise quickly turned into deep emotion, realizing that her father, who had been away on duty for so long, had finally come home. Witnessed by her teachers and friends in person, their heartwarming encounter left several people there touched and unable to hold back tears. In a heartwarming display of paternal love, a father who had just returned from duty meticulously orchestrated a surprise for his two children at their school. With the quiet assistance of several teachers, he carefully made his way to a room where a special event was taking place. His appearance was a complete surprise to his children, who immediately ran towards him and embraced him tightly, their actions expressing the profound longing they had harbored during his absence. The emotional reunion was a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by families separated by duty. A casual family photo session at home turned into an unforgettable moment when a woman unexpectedly joined in. At first, the mother did not recognize the new addition until she took a closer look and realized it was her daughter, who had been away serving as a soldier in distant lands. The shock quickly gave way to overwhelming joy and tears as they embraced tightly, celebrating the long-awaited return. The father, initially observing from the sidelines, eventually joined in, enveloping his daughter in a warm embrace, completing the family circle once again. During a school event, a young girl spotted a familiar figure approaching. It was her father, returning from a long stint abroad. She ran swiftly towards him, her actions driven by an overwhelming mix of joy and relief. The tight embrace they shared spoke volumes of the deep bond and longing between them. Ignoring the surrounding onlookers, the girl continued to cry in her father's arms, visibly moved by his presence. This reunion highlighted the profound emotional impact of reuniting with loved ones after a prolonged separation due to duty. Sacrificing a family member to serve the nation is undoubtedly challenging. It is not just about the long periods of separation, but also the possibility of never seeing them again. The return of service members is a moment eagerly awaited by their loved ones. The pain of being separated from a spouse for extended periods is particularly intense. The longing to be with one's soulmate is a heavy burden to bear. But then, what did she do to deserve this unexpected joy? Her husband suddenly appeared before her at an unanticipated moment. Initially, she planned to travel by plane to a certain destination. This ordinary trip unexpectedly transformed into a special day. She was sitting alone when she received a letter, a heartfelt message of longing from her husband, who was serving far away. Tears streamed down her face as other passengers tried to comfort her. Like a dream, her husband appeared beside her, having hidden in the back seat.
Oh my God!
It's understandable. A husband and wife need each other in both joyous times and during life's lowest moments.
Hey, big bro, I miss you a lot.
Especially when health is failing, being close to loved ones is crucial for support and comfort. This young boy found himself in a similar situation. Confined to a wheelchair, he relied heavily on the support of loved ones to get through his gray days. For him, his older brother was everything. They had been inseparable since childhood. However, since his brother joined the military, he had to face his days alone.
My big brother has to be how skilled he is at stuff and how dedicated he is.
The story of a young boy separated from his beloved brother due to military duties is heartwarming and poignant. Despite the distance and the challenges, the bond between siblings remains strong. The young boy, struggling with his health and confined to a wheelchair, cherished the support of his family, especially his brother.
Yeah, I could go for a break.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take a photo of you and send it to your brother. Okay?
Without warning, the older brother returned home early, completely unbeknownst to his younger sibling. The surprise and joy were evident when the beloved brother appeared behind him in a photo taken by a relative. Just moments before, the younger brother had been recording a video to send to him.
Why does that look like my brother?
Because I'm right here.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you came to surprise. I missed you too, man.
I received a letter, an email.
The bond between siblings is incredibly strong. Often, one sibling wants their special moments to be witnessed directly by the other, especially when it involves a younger sister and an older brother.
From Ladera, like,
Oh, God.
he said, I want you to tell.
During her graduation, Ladera, a student at Central Michigan University, received a letter from her brother, who was on duty with the Michigan Army National Guardsmen, part of the U.S. Army. In the letter, her brother expressed his immense pride in her achievements.
I know that she is going to do amazing things.
Typically, such letters, read aloud to the audience, signal the absence of a significant and influential figure in one's life. But before Ladera could fully absorb the bittersweet moment, she turned around to find her beloved brother standing behind her, present at her graduation. When it comes to emotional connections, nothing surpasses the bond between parents and their children. However, being part of a military family often means enduring long periods of separation as parents serve the nation. Sometimes the thought crosses a child's mind, wouldn't it be great if Dad were here, especially while playing a baseball game with their club? Watching friends' parents cheer from the stands only intensifies this longing. Yet, just before these dreams fade away, the young athlete wearing jersey number 27 freezes upon spotting his father, unexpectedly standing by the field. The young man was utterly shocked when his father, who was supposed to be stationed in Afghanistan, suddenly appeared before him. Spontaneously, they embraced, witnessed by other spectators and his teammates. However, if leaving a son who has grown into a young man can be so emotional, imagine the feelings involved when the one left behind is a little angel around 5 years old. As parents, it's incredibly hard to leave a young child during their formative years. You want to be by their side every moment, especially when they are in their most adorable phase. So, it's no surprise that tears of joy flow easily when a sorrowful separation suddenly ends with the father's return to his little daughter. This time, it's a bit different as it is the child who has been away on duty.
So that is going to be a picture.
It's a Polaroid!
Yeah, it's for Stacy, okay?
In one touching moment, the father is asked to pose for a photo meant to be sent to his son who is serving far away. Instead of just seeing his picture, the father is stunned to find his son in the frame with him. His beloved son had returned home as a surprise for his special day without any prior notice.
So she really wanted to be here on your birthday. I know that she, promised you she was going to be here.
Listen, you don't have to.
One can only imagine the immense pride of a father who has watched his son grow from a baby to a man serving his country.
You should have turned around in this picture. No, not this. It's not a riddle. You should have turned around in this picture.
Hi, Dad.
Oh my god! Oh my god, baby! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hi, Dad.
Oh my god! Oh my god, baby! Oh my god! Oh my god!
But it's not only humans who feel deep longing, animals too have a profound sense of attachment to their human companions. Dogs in particular have long been known as sensitive and emotional creatures, especially towards the owners who have cared for and fed them for years. However, the person who used to be with him all day suddenly had to leave for national duty, staying away for months or even years. Instead of forgetting his owner, this dog looks shocked, as if he can't believe that the person in front of him is the one he thought would never return. Once he fully grasps the situation, the dog starts to cheer joyfully, like an old friend reunited after a long time.
I told you he could attack you.
Back to human relationships. This time, it's a story of a teacher in a high school classroom. While she was asking her students questions, one of them suddenly asked about her husband.
How long has your husband been gone?
My husband?
She answered briefly. Her husband had left for his deployment 1.5 years ago, and he would be back in about another 1.5 years. She explained how she felt like she had lost half of her soul when he left. Unbeknownst to her, her husband was standing right behind her, holding a flower and a sign that said, "I'm home." The emotional moment was witnessed by all her students, who welcomed him back with loud applause.
It folds down.
Each departure of a soldier for duty is an immense and significant sacrifice for the family members who are left behind. The lingering uncertainty regarding their safety inflicts a profound and lasting wound in the hearts of every family member. Nevertheless, the hope for their triumphant success and eventual safe return serves as a guiding light that illuminates the numerous moments of waiting. Every single day, prayers and fervent hopes are sent forth, eagerly anticipating the joyful and cherished footsteps that will once again grace their home's doorstep.
With your family, and then next moment you're leaving to a whole different country.
Especially when you think of all the holidays that are gonna miss. And
it's no wonder that when a soldier returns from duty, it becomes an incredibly emotional and heartwarming moment for their loved ones. Some soldiers also meticulously plan surprises to bring immense joy and happiness to those they deeply cherish. One such beautifully poignant moment is captured here. In this captivating scene, a woman is attending a meeting in a hall. Unexpectedly, her boyfriend, who is a dedicated soldier, walks in to surprise her completely. The soldier confidently enters the room, catching the woman completely off guard and unprepared. Overwhelmed with joy, mixed with an outpouring of emotion and sheer happiness, she runs to embrace her beloved partner. The entire room erupts in applause, celebrating their heartfelt and emotional reunion. Similar heartwarming and touching moments occur not just between soldiers and their partners, but also between soldiers and their beloved children. This is beautifully illustrated in this moment, where a Russian soldier surprises his daughter at her school. The soldier does not come empty-handed. He brings a lovely flower for his little girl. After finding his daughter's classroom, he enters to meet his little angel. With sheer delight, his daughter runs towards him and hugs him tightly, creating a deeply touching and emotional reunion. The soldier couldn't stop kissing his daughter while handing her the flower he brought. However, his daughter was already overjoyed with her father's presence, having just returned from his demanding military duties. Another deeply touching moment was captured when a soldier in full uniform wanted to surprise his beloved partner. The soldier meticulously planned a small yet meaningful surprise to make his partner immensely happy. With the assistance and cooperation of her friends, the soldier finally arrived at her house to execute the surprise for his partner. The surprise was completely unexpected, causing his partner to jump with joy and scream hysterically in sheer excitement.
Oh my God, you're cute! Oh my God, I'm sorry.
In the end, the woman warmly welcomed the soldier with a tight and heartfelt embrace. This happiness and joy were also shared by her friends who were present, making the moment even more special.
Oh my God, this is really you! This is really you!
It's a clone, it's a clone.
One of the most profoundly touching moments involved a soldier, his loving wife, and their adorable child. This event was beautifully recorded while the soldier's wife and child were watching a hockey game. During the game, the soldier had carefully planned the surprise with the help of the MC, who called out his wife's name and praised her for her unwavering dedication in supporting her husband. At that very moment, the soldier revealed himself from the audience, holding a bouquet of flowers for his beloved wife. When his wife realized he was there, the soldier approached her, holding their precious child. As he walked towards his wife, the soldier couldn't hold back his tears, and his wife also cried with joy at his unexpected presence. They embraced each other tightly, surrounded by applause from the audience. This moment was incredibly moving and heartwarming for everyone watching the hockey game. If the previous moments were touching and somewhat sad, this one is bound to bring joy to your heart. Unlike the previous instances, this time, a United States Navy soldier teamed up with his wife to create a delightful surprise for their daughter.
I'll untape it and you open it. Right? I think it folds down.
The plan was intricately detailed to hide the soldier inside a large, gift-like box. Once the soldier was securely inside, the wife helped their daughter open the box that contained her father. When the little girl opened the box, she was understandably shocked and amazed to see her dad inside. Finally, the soldier lovingly picked up his beloved daughter, who was dressed in a beautiful princess gown, and hugged her tightly. The little girl repeatedly expressed how much she missed her father, her words filled with deep emotion. The surprise ended with a warm and heartfelt embrace, a moment that deeply touched everyone who witnessed it.
How's my girl?
Yeah? But if we can judge, this next moment might be the most elaborate and grand surprise in history. In this remarkable instance, a soldier had just returned from a 6-month deployment at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. Upon his return home, the soldier meticulously planned an extraordinary surprise for his beloved son. He sought the help of the local fire department to create an unforgettable and magical moment for his beloved son. When the request was granted, the soldier arrived riding a fire truck, fully dressed in authentic firefighting gear. Upon meeting his son, the soldier embraced him tightly, expressing his deep love and longing. Not only did he hug his son, but he also picked him up and showered him with affectionate kisses.
How you doing, man? Excited?
It must be acknowledged that after being apart from loved ones for such a long time, the overwhelming desire to hug them is incredibly strong. One such deeply touching moment was captured when an 8-year-old girl reunited with her older brother. In In the video, it is reported that the young girl had missed her brother immensely as he had been away training with the US Navy for 6 months. On that day, the 8-year-old had no idea her brother had planned a surprise visit to her school. Shocked and overjoyed, she ran to embrace her brother, whom she had longed to see and hold once again. Such heartwarming and deeply emotional reunions have happened all over the world, including this memorable and cherished moment. A family was taking a wedding photo together, a moment already filled with joy and celebration.
All right, ready? 1, 2.
Unexpectedly, a female soldier joined them for the photo, causing the entire family to react with joyful hysteria, laughter, and heartfelt hugs. The soldier's unexpected presence at the family wedding brought immense happiness and added a deeply emotional layer to the celebration.
3. It was me the whole time!
It's no wonder the entire family cheered loudly and embraced the female soldier warmly. The indescribable joy of having her there at the wedding filled the moment with emotion and happiness. The funniest part was that almost no one in the family had initially noticed her presence, making the surprise all the more meaningful.